want to coordinate all of the YouTube accounts so that they're all more centralized, because so we have access to all of the videos, you know?
Yeah, so Alberto wants also an account
And the
like me.
reason for that is that once you create a YouTube channel, you can add
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Once you create a YouTube channel, you can add unlimited Google accounts to it to add videos to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense,
Anyway,
but out of the respect, I wanted to ask you, it would be the umbrella one.
All we have to do is to prioritize doing the recordings and make it happen. It's not complicated. We've talked about this many, many times, and we can get it all organized and set up properly.
Yeah.
So we can add that to our list of priorities that we want to go over, right? So we just go down here and we say, okay, we want to do recordings, right? Recording options and YouTube. Very simple. And then we just prioritize it, a priority topic, and then we do it. Shouldn't be very, very, very easy. Just like right now, we're talking about client coordination and admin role. The only reason we're talking about this is because it was assigned to Lucy and she prioritized it. And now we're talking about it later. It's that simple. There's literally nothing else to it except for that. You want to prioritize recordings, you prioritize the recordings, we address it, we organize it, we get it all organized for the entire team, because it's not about you, Alberto, it's not about Joyce.
No, I learned it myself. Because you have so much. I just learned it myself to do it, but I didn't use the FQN exam yet because I wanted to ask if I could create the channel with FQN exam that I want to start using.
Sure, but what I'm asking you to do, which I've asked you to do for months and months and months and months and months, probably like 6 to 10 months, is to prioritize it during sessions so we can get it organized for the entire team instead of just you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But you can also just do it for just you. If that's all you want to do, that's fine. It's up to you. But
the team, it comes first always.
Yeah, but I mean,
I learned it. So
you never prioritize it, doesn't help the team. Like if you just want to create a YouTube channel, just do it. It's not a big deal.
I mean,
otherwise, prioritize it. Or let's just get focused on the topic right now instead of going on.
Yes. So I have I linked the JURACN client relations spreadsheet, right? There is the coordination.
No.
That's not what we want.
Okay. I don't think this is correct. Because that's for topic 2. We're on topic 1.
So I don't understand topic 1. It's not about JURACN itself. It's about in general client coordination.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So we have SVG coordination, client coordination.
Yeah, so can we get rid of the JURACN client relations?
Yes. I'm gonna take it and link it in the next.
Great. Ready for breath.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Here, hold on 1 second. What? Okay.
So I'm gonna copy the client, so we update it, guys, in the notes. Okay? So we have JURACN, taxes, alpha support.
No, stop. Please stop.
You don't wanna do that.
I'm begging you to just stop. I want you to stop. I don't want to deal with all of this. Like, this is a big, broad picture thing, right?
Okay.
All right, so let's just start with the role. Slow down, take a breath. Just everyone relax a little bit. We're just, and whoever is doing who's doing organizational timekeeping?
Organizational.
We have 9 to 18 minutes on this topic. Can someone please help with the time? Or do you want me to do it?
I can do it.
Okay, so I want to start the time now.
Now. Okay.
And I can help with this too. Let me see if I can find my.
No, let me do it.
We can both do it.
All right.
I'm going to share my screen. Oh.
I need to.
Okay. So what is the role? Let's get some clarity on the goals, because obviously there's a lot of confusion going on here. We talked about this at the session last week, and
The role is the JURACN client admin.
no, please do policy tracking. Because we put these JURACN outside
Again, JURACN.
now, and it's getting really frustrating, Alberto.
I'm sorry, but
policy tracking. 0.1
yes,
hour.
yes,
policy tracking,
I do it.
please.
Yeah,
This is ridiculous.
Yes, sorry. The SVG client.
So let's just, like, if we can all just take a step back and calm down. Like, this topic was made for Lucy. Lucy was the one who wants to step up and do this. Let's give Lucy a chance to talk for a little bit, okay?
Yes.
So what is the role? What are the goals that we're trying to do? Lucy.
Sorry, guys, I need to say this. Now I feel like we are little children who chase the dead. It's like, no, this is okay. Sorry, Lucy, please.
I trust me, it just drives me
Time
nuts
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
It drives me insane that we still don't have the real-time session policies set up properly, because that would be a multiple policy tracking right there. So can we go to Lucy, please? Lucy, are you here?
Lucy?
Lucy, are you here?
Sorry, I think I'm talking while I'm on mute. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm there.
Great. So can you say, like, the role and the goals that you understand so far?
Yes, what I understand, the role is about coordinating all the general admin work. And
No.
okay.
General administration work is very, very different, and it's blue.
Oh.
Okay, this is the bright magenta color that we have highlighted everywhere, and this is not general admin work. This is client work. So it's coordinating and administrating the client work. You want to try again?
Yeah, it's coordinating admin client work.
Yes, so client administration and coordination role, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And so what would be some of the goals?
I think good.
A good way to start goal is make sure to.
I think to improve or organize the client work.
Great. So improve, and organize the client work. And what might be one of the outcomes of improving and organizing the client work? What would you expect to see?
When the client work is organized, it's very easy to get the output.
Okay, but what is the outcome? Like, what happens as a team if we do client work? What do we get? What do we get in return? Why is it important to do client work?
So we can get the income.
Yeah.
Time to stretch. Please stop. Stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Yeah. All right. So great job, Lucy. Does anyone else want to add anything? The role and the goal.
Get the deliverables.
What was that? To get the goal is to what?
To also get the deliverables. Deliverables. Can I write it?
or to
I don't
get
know.
clarity on deliverables for clients. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Anything
Well,
else?
also to work on the deliverables, but because
No.
if we have to make a
No.
document or
Absolutely not.
something,
The
Right?
goal of client coordination.
The client admin and
Reports the
coordination
Ah.
does
status.
not work on client work, right? Absolutely not.
right.
There's no working on client work in this
Coordination.
particular.
Okay, so
Reports.
they
We do
provide
status updates. Yes, status updates. That's really good. To do reporting and status updates about client work. Great.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Jay always taught me is that doing a status update can also mean no work is happening. Eh?
Absolutely.
Right, Alex. That's the
Right.
rule.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So admin work should be to it's written there, organized client work. So where we at, or where maybe the scope or the tracking, if we are on track or out of track. It's kind of like management, also managing resources.
Yeah. So every single client assignment should have a client admin, right? And so the client administrator, coordinator is trying to coordinate all the client admins to be doing the work status updates. So in essence, you're doing kind of like, combined client work status updates, with all of the different client.
The policy is actually two.
status update.
The policy is actually two, right, Jay? Each client work trajectory should have two.
To admin. Well,
For the
no,
conflict
I
of
think
interest,
that each
right?
individual worker is supposed to take on two.
Time
admin
to pause. Please stop. Close your
Yes.
eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yes, and one of the two must be client work. Admin. But then there is not the policy also that says that for the client, for each work trajectory, there must be two admin. There should be two admin.
Yeah. So that would be a great thing, is making sure that we have assigned client admin for each client assignment, right? So that would be part of the role of the
Coordinator.
the coordination, right? So
The admin coordinates a system or a process, right? Then the coordinator is the one that coordinates the admins.
yeah, I mean, we can use the term client coordination role. It's fine. We want to make clarity that there's client admins and there's client coordination. I think eventually
We're talking about.
coordinator could be a paid position,
Oh, wait,
but
yes,
I think we might be going towards the direction that we would have, general internal ops and client paid positions that oversee the three branches. But anyways, the point here is that we want to make sure that we are overseeing the client assignment, right? To make sure we have client work assignments clear and following up, right? Follow up on the client work assignment. So in other words, the client coordinator is not doing the work. They're assigning and making sure they know who is assigned to do the client work and when. Ideally, follow up on who and when.
I'm totally confused, man.
What are you confused about?
Because the client coordination role, I don't understand what it is. So
now
we have, for example, each client has
33%
paid position.
33%
I understand
internal
that,
ops
Jay.
and 33% general, right? We're talking about coordinating the 33% of all client work. Coordinating all.
That's a position.
Work. Well, it's technically not a current assigned position, but it could be, yes.
Because
Right now it's a role.
in my understanding, we have, for example, ATE, the paid position of ATE is ACU coordination position.
No,
Which is
that's
paid.
not client coordination. That's ACU coordination. It's very different.
Yeah, but it's a paid position, ACU the client, right?
Yes, because we created it as a paid position. That's correct.
Okay. So I thought that the coordination.
Time for breath.
Coordinator is a
Please stop
position.
and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
And
A
the
paid
role
position is
the
a paid
admin.
position, right? Whether it's a coordinator, coordinators oversee multiple admins or managers, and managers are just by themselves, right? So basically, or you know, admin and managers by themselves, right? So, but bottom line is that the client coordination role could become a paid position if we wanted to budget it.
Got it. Thank you.
And that might happen, but we're working towards that. Okay.
Got it.
And obviously, if we made the client coordinator a paid position, we'd have to take away another paid position, right? We can only do so many paid positions based on our budget. That would make something else a role, right? So if something's a paid position and we just downsize it to no longer be a paid position, then it becomes a role. A role is something that's not paid, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So
When the work is paid, you're not hired to do a role.
yeah, it's not like a paid position. It's just like it's an additional role on top of your paid position, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are we on the same page now? Are we good?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Here.
Okay.
I would call it client work coordination role.
Client work coordination role. Sounds good. All right.
The trajectory is
Okay. So let's try to make some priorities here. Priorities. So obviously, we're going to have some type of, you know, organizing a document. There's going to be general management and list of responsibilities under the client work coordinator. Right, so that's work for you, Lucy. From there, the next most important thing is basically to update structure of client work and SVG role within the new payroll model. So I definitely am working on this already. So I want to talk about that for a little bit. So
I have major issues with SVG.
Maybe Alberto, you can also help with the organizing document.
Yeah, we already have the SVG coordination.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah,
for each client work, the work organizing spreadsheet. Which type of client you don't have? Like,
yeah, but I think there's two client. I think there's the SVG client coordination sheet, and then there is basically the client work coordination organizing spreadsheet. So this is basically like the co-op spreadsheet, whereas SVG is a separate business that's hiring us to do client coordination. Does that make sense? So we would have a client work organizing spreadsheet. So we want to create this. Alex, okay. So basically the direction that we're going here is that this will be under JURACN, is that we're going to have SVG client work, right?
I have major problems with this, Jay. Major.
What?
SVG.
What?
Because SVG by default channels all the client work.
No, not
created-
true. There's nothing, no client work. Like the co-op can take direct clients anytime we want to. The SVG is simply an extension of FQN and the co-op to coordinate our client
It's
work.
not true. It's not true.
Why?
Because SVG should be an extension of the co-op, but it's not.
Why?
And that's my problem.
Why isn't it? What's the
Because
problem?
SVG is organized like a partnership company. So
No, it's only the partnership part of it is organized partnership company. It's actually a hub. So it has membership and ownership, and it's structured exactly the same as the co-op, actually, more or less.
it's not true, because when there is decisions to be made about SVG, there is distinction between partners voting and the other work.
Okay, but what is your point? Like here we have the steering team, and we've got, you know, token owners. We have contributors. People who are contributors have a higher percentage power. But what is your point? Like, what does it have to do with the client coordination, Admiral?
Because we are here. We are creating something.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
Can you repeat that? I didn't get it.
Yeah, you just said that we want to create something that is called SVG client coordination, right? So client work, SVG client work. We call it SVG client work. Okay.
Well, that's because all of the client work currently goes through SVG, except for what doesn't, which is pretty minor, you know.
Yeah, and SVG is built in a way that certain people have more power than the group.
Not exactly. I mean, we still have membership. So all of the membership is higher power than the partners. But we can work on SVG.
The point is that SVG makes a profit, is SVG profit. It's not the co-op profit. That's the point. So it goes to the partners.
But the partners are based on the co-op, right? For what it is and what it was. And
but the way that SVG works is that we either put limitations that there should be a vote every time that there is SVG is taking client work by the co-op, acknowledging this happening, because today it's happening automatically. And to me, I mean, I went out to SVG because I wasn't feeling comfortable.
SVG is primarily owned by Activity, and Activity is the placeholder for the co-op and the organizational, you know, models that we have. But overall, I don't know if this is necessarily on topic. So I'm perfectly fine discussing SVG structure, and it's not the first time you brought this up.
Yeah, I would object to something that is called SVG client work.
What are you objecting to?
Calling the client work SVG client work, because SVG.
I was the one who objected about that from the beginning. We got rid of that. No longer. Yeah.
And why you're calling it now again SVG client work?
No, I was asking it for it to be client work coordination organizing spreadsheet, that SVG is hiring us to coordinate the client work. That's what I'm saying. So anyone can hire us to help coordinate client work. In this case, we're saying that SVG is hiring us. Coordinate the client. Does that not make sense?
I mean, Jay, the point is this: we built SVG in a way because at the time we were focusing on just getting income and SVG, right? So we built SVG in a way that is, you said it, your words, if you remember, that is up bottom, right? We are bottom up. Instead, SVG is more up bottom, and you can see in the votings. In the votings, the partners have a more the vote of the partner is different than the vote of the rest of the co, right? So if we look also at SVG that I linked the sponsorship proposal, the ownership of SVG is not the co-op. The ownership of SVG is
Activity.
This activity is the cost group is Jay.
But
Alberto. I went out.
The membership, the primary structure of SVG is membership. The membership controls the ownership and the board of directors of SVG. So the primary component of SVG is non-profit as a membership. The membership has full power over the ownership. Membership, everyone involved can have a vote in the membership. Activity team members always has the primary oversight of the SVG mode's ownership and the trustees in the nonprofit board, as well as dual oversight over the for-profit board. So again, activity team membership has oversight over all of SVG's mode's ownership, including the trustees, the nonprofit board, as well as the dual oversight over the for-profit board. So SVG ownership has indirect oversight of the MO, primary oversight of the for-profit branch with control of appointments of the board of directors. So it does not have primary control. Primary control rests in the membership.
Good. The point is that SVG, in my understanding, which is limited, but SVG has the potential to make its partners very rich, which is something that we want to
Sure,
avoid.
but with agreement from the membership, and
Okay.
Everybody has a vote on the membership. So it's like, I mean,
Yes.
there's a check and balance. The owners do not have a right to have unlimited power and money and profits. Like the membership has a check and balance on the ownership.
Great, thank you, Jay. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Yes.
But I agree that there are issues with SVG. The structure was set up pretty quickly and in relationship to Good Cause Group and the partnership with the Cause Group. And I mean, it was set up for a specific reason and in a specific purpose. And we could evaluate all of that and understand it in relationship to the new evolved prime lineage, right? Because the prime lineage has evolved and it's no longer even the prime trajectory. The prime lineage has evolved. And based on the prime lineage, we want to evolve and understand SVG and the role.
End of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Of the prime lineage, which needs to happen. And so let's make that a priority. We can talk about that on Wednesday. We could talk about it right now if we want to make a separate topic on it. But I just think that we are not on topic right now.
I just took it out because exactly you were the one that took away SVG from client work trajectory, and then you said again you could call it SVG client work, and that I said no, stop.
But it's not client work. Client work is not SVG. Client work is just all client work.
Exactly. So we should call it client work.
Well, we are calling it client work. I just don't understand what you're talking about. Everything is client work. There's nothing here that says that we're calling it SVG client work.
No, you mentioned it now. Before you said we could call it SVG client work. No, we decided not to do that. That's why I was working it out. Yes, but anyways, SVG we need to update it and make it more integrated, I believe.
Yes, I have no problem with that. This is not the first time that you've brought it up. But again, we need to make sure we're prioritizing it at the right time, which is now is not the right time.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Priorities, I can add it to like our, I don't know, client
executive support.
Normal list priorities, or yeah, we can add it to executive priorities. I don't know, but SVG structure needs to be worked on. This all came up from when you stepped down as partner.
Yeah.
All again is like perfectly fine. We just need to figure out how we want to evolve everything. I don't think anyone has any problem with the evolution. But it does need to be discussed in a organized, coordinated way where everyone can have input into it. And right now is not that space or time.
No, but I know where we're going, right? So now nobody cares, but when SVG is going to start having turnovers, millions of dollars, then people become different. So let's make sure that from the start we prioritize that because.
Yeah, and my understanding is that Social Value Group has 3 branches. There's the LLC, the trust, and the CCC, and the 3 branches. And so the LLC is only 1/3 of SVG, And the nonprofit part, the for-profit ownership has primary oversight of the for-profit branch, which means that it has primary oversight, let's say 51% of only the for-profit branch, which is basically a half divided by a third, which would be like 15, 17%.
Time to pause.
Right?
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah,
Right?
thank you, Jay. I didn't remember the membership.
SVG partners and the SVG ownership have about 16% power and control over all of SVG.
Yeah. Thank you,
in
Jay.
terms of the structure.
Yeah, this is good.
Anyways, I'm not even talking about any of that. All I'm talking about is in our potential income as a team, right? And if we open up, and this all comes directly out of our payroll process. This is literally, I'm just trying to fix the payroll, okay? All I'm trying to do is fix the payroll.
Yeah, okay.
So if you come to the payroll and you look at our potential base income, you come down to, for example, ACU, and you would find 000 in relationship to ACU SVG coordination, ACU invoicing, client relations, ACU fortnight check-ins, right? So these are examples of work that is not in the ACU budget. And in the same context, you come down to JURACN, and it would be this JURACN invoicing and client coordination, JURACN fortnight check-ins, right? And so these are also under JURACN, okay? So basically, the model that I'm presenting is that we would take, what did I calculate? It was going to be...
No, the invoicing, ACU invoice and client relation is paid by ACU.
But it's not in the budget. Yeah.
Not the budget. Okay.
Yeah. So, but either way, I'll explain that in a second. So what we're going to do is we're taking 4% to 5% of our income, which is right now almost $2,000 for UMBUS. This is the UMBUS income, which is not our team. Our team income is for this month is currently at $735 going up, and we have enough to pay all the payroll. Everyone hasn't tracked their hours yet, but still overall looking good. So we have almost $2,000 coming into UMBUS, and of that, about 4 to 5% of it goes to SVG for client relations, agreements, and legal frameworks. So for this amount that goes to UMCUS, I want to basically organize and coordinate as client budgets, and we can start pretty
Time
basic.
for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Yeah, so we can start pretty basic for now, but you know, the idea is that this could evolve and increase over time. And this isn't the only things. Like we could also do the client relations, the different types of client outreach even, and the all client plan could even become all client plan organizing criteria, right? This could all become paid client work under SVG. Okay, yeah. So another way to understand this is that basically the only point of using SVGs is because SVGs is where the money's coming from for budgeting this. Because the goal is to budget this and make sure it's clear that the money that's being set aside for UMCUS client oversight is actually going back to the team to do the work, right? And then we also have value coordination, so it's very important. So we have value, equity, you know, structure. We could even make the SVG structure, right? SVG structure could literally be client work under this new model, okay? So basically we are getting hired by SVG to coordinate the SVG branch of the client work, and this money is coming directly out of the percentage CUS client relations, value coordination, all that stuff, right? And then there is client relations, and fundraising that we might want to include a little bit of budget for. Anyways, it's all going to start really small budgets to get it started, and then we can increase and understand over time how this is going to relate. So if there's no questions on that, we can come back to it, but I just want to do one last thing to make sure we're on the same page, because we have the two primary clients, ACG and JURACN, right? So if you have ACG and we have JURACN, my understanding for ACG is that ACG, ACG, God, ACU. So for ACU, my understanding for ACU is that all of the client work is calculated as overall hours, which basically would be like, setup training hours, right? Setup training. And that basically you get paid for everything, including tracking preparation time. And then JURACN calculates separate efficient and setup hours. And then
time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
And then it pays for all preparation time as well. So for example, let's say we had client, that they have very little budget for setup time. They want efficient work, and that's what they want. And if that's what they want in their agreement, and we agree to it, that's the way it is. If they're not willing to agree to having a bunch of setup time, it's up to the client to decide that. And they could say that the client refuses to pay any preparation time. Okay? So yes. The way that we model it, so for ACU and JURACN, for ACU and for JURACN, both of those clients agree and want to pay for preparation time, right? So what that means is that under our model, when we track SVG hours, for these we would get 2x SVG client coordination and preparation income, right? So for both of these, we're getting 2 times the value, whereas this one, it would just be 1x SVG client coordination and preparation, right? So for SVG, it would be for a new client that did not pay for preparation time, we would only get 1x value. But for for ACU and JURACN, at any time it could change. Like in the future, JURACN could be like, that's it, we're no longer paying preparation time. And then you're only budget of both the SVG and the JURACN budget. Okay, does everyone understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So I'm very excited about this. It's going to address a lot of gaps that we have in our client coordination. It's also substantial, Lucy, and the fact you're taking this on is big time, and this may actually become its own paid position in the future, in future budgets. We can add it to our priority positions, and then we can rank them and see if we want to make this one of our top paid positions. Okay. So I think that's all that I would need to add as far as understanding this role and the position. So basically, this would be the primary responsibilities that Lucy, you would be overseeing, and you would be wanting to make sure that we are, moving forward with our fortnight check-ins, our invoicing, all of the things that we're prioritizing for the client coordination, right?
Okay. The question: what is the responsibility organizing for this one?
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
It's brand new, so we have to create it. It's all brand new.
Okay. I just see you putting like client work organizing spreadsheet. I created one, and also you said we supposed to create another spreadsheet for client coordination organizing spreadsheet. What's the difference between that?
There was only one spreadsheet to create. I see something on line 37. No, client work organizing spreadsheet. So I see something on line 37.
Yeah, I create a spreadsheet there.
Okay, and then there's the SVG client coordination spreadsheet. So again, these are two separate spreadsheets. So basically, we're addressing exactly what Alberto is talking about, that this is the co-op organizing spreadsheet, and this one is the
Okay.
client. So we're getting
Yes.
hired by SVG to oversee the client coordination for SVG, but that is not all the client coordination. So
But the point is, DJ, you see, we're getting there again. The problem is that there is confusion. SVG is built in a way that we need to do adjustments because it's not. It's a separate entity. It's not really embedded into there because we built it this way and it's still this way. So, to me,
Sure,
creating all of this without addressing first the structure of SVG and
I'm
updating
fine
the
addressing the structure of SVG. I'm also fine making it client work.
Yeah, I mean, it's important because SVG is amazing, right? SVG is amazing. But
It's our professional front
exactly.
to the world.
It's amazing. It's super
And it's
cool.
part of our launch. It's like the primary component of our launch.
Yes, but the problem is that SVG maintains a within the whole network, it maintains a space that is not integrated as it is the co-op, as it is AMCAS, and it is of the rest of the most. Let's say, all right, if I'm understanding well. So,
I think that you're just limited on understanding the power and potential of SVG and the structure that we set up because we did it very quickly.
Probably.
But I will say this, that SVG is and was always set up and will always be a front, right? And what that means is that SVG only owns one.
Time to pause.
thing.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Can anyone guess what? Well, actually, there's two things that SVG owns. What are the two things that SVG has as primary assets? What are the two primary assets of SVG?
Website.
All right, 3. You could say website is sort of an asset, but what is the most important thing of the website?
I think it's featuring the work.
No. What is an asset is something that you actually own, right? So work is nothing you own. What are the things that SVG actually owns? What is the website? The website is just a representation of what?
I mean, SVG owns the account receivables.
No. No, it's the brand.
The brand.
SVG is just a brand. That's all it is. It's a brand. The website represents the brand. It's just a single URL that has the brand, social value group. And then the other thing that SVG has is the contracts. The contracts are month to month, so they're not that valuable because if you so basically you could just create a new brand. You could say, okay, instead of SVG, we're going to do, FVG, the frequency value group. And now we have a new website with the frequency value group. Literally everything looks exactly the same as the SVG website, except it says FVG. Because
I understand, DJ. We have SVG, which is amazing. It's a beautiful brand. It's a beautiful name.
It's just the front. So you could copy all of SVG, duplicate it into a new website, call it FVG, frequency value group, and then you could just present all of that and just take the clients and have them sign contracts, end the contract with SVG in a month, and then sign a new contract with FVG, and you're done. So technically those contracts are assets, right? But they're only month to month, so they disappear, and then you can sign a new contract with a new group. So it's really like SVG doesn't have a lot of long-term assets. Right? And it does have some cash in the bank, but other than that, you could just duplicate SVG, put a different brand on it, and start over. And just like our 2.5 year model of replicating, we can always reconsider SVG, either rebrand it or recreate a new version of it with a new mask whenever we want to. We could do that every 2.5 years, every 5 years, or with the whole model, or every 7 years.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Yeah, but why do we need to do all of this if we have SVG? Let's just fix SVG.
Right, 2.5 times, yeah, of course, yes. So it would be every 17.5 years, every like 17 to 19 years would be a great time to like redo the entire thing and start from scratch, right? All right, anyways, which is kind of like what we're doing right now, just so you guys know. Like, I'm about 20 years into this, and we're sort of, in the last like year and a half, we've basically been restarting everything from scratch in this new launch. All right, let's move on to the next topic, shall we?
I have a question, Jay, before we move to the next topic.
All right.
What are my what am I going really to focus on? Or should I coordinate on invoicing ACU invoice, ACU fortnight, or what am I going to work exactly on this?
Do you know, have you done the general manager training?
Sometime back.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're doing your general manager training. If you want to watch the general manager videos, you can. But the primary role, does anyone else want to go through this, or should I? General manager.
I can say.
Yes.
So just like what is the general what does the general manager do? General manager, coordinator, same thing. General coordination. What does it do?
It oversees
the
workflow. Yeah, the workflow. And reports status updates.
Yeah, oversees status updates and announcements. But what do you, and reporting? What do you do? What is this? How do you know what the status update is?
You ask to the managers or to the workers.
Okay, and how do you know who the managers of the workers are?
You are the one who needs to know. You assign them. Not that you assign them, but you make suggestions.
How do you know who to assign? You guys are going like backwards.
No, when you have the spreadsheet, of course, you know who assigned to do this role. So you will check on that person.
All right. So anyways, like I'm just going to put these backwards because you guys are saying it all backwards. So you oversee your status updates and reports. You communicate to your workers, right? To the assigned workers, right? And then you assign workers to the priority responsibilities, right? And then in order to assign the workers
time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The first thing you need to do is you need to list your responsibilities under your purview. Right? And then you want to set up your document organizing and get organized, right? And then you want to just do your overall setup, right? So it's like step 0. You kind of went backwards here. So you're the last thing that you do, general management, right? So the last thing you do is oversee the status updates and reporting. But the first thing you do is you make sure you get organized, and then you list all of your responsibilities that you are overseeing. It's the same for every single manager, admin position, coordinator position. It's all the same thing. Okay?
Okay.
So what is the list? The list is right here. SCG coordination for ACU, ACU invoicing, ACU client relations, ACU scope, ACU fortnight check-ins, JURACN invoicing, JURACN client coordination, JURACN relations, JURACN fortnight check-ins, client outreach, all client plan criteria, value equity structure, SCG structure, client relations, and fundraising. Okay, so this is all of the work that's supposed to get done. We don't have a lot of money to work with, but we can start with this and then allow it to continue and evolve. So we'll just see where our priorities are and how we want to make sure this moves forward.
Yeah, now I'm getting it. I'll start working on that.
Yes. And you can always assign yourself to do the work, Lucy. That's fine. But that's not the role. The role is to know who is doing all of the work, when it's getting done by, right? Communicate to assigned workers who and when work will be completed by. All right.
So
Yeah, I know for that to happen, I have to get organized so that I know who is assigned to do this and this and this. Yes, thank you.
Alberto?
So we are 46 minutes into the topic. Just
I can't wait for our real-time session policy.
do a little reminder. Organization time, if I remember. Anyways, Jay, I want to make it very clear. Today is okay. SVG, we handle it, and it's okay. We're starting. I see where we're going, right? So let's make sure that it's not urgent, but
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
Because in my understanding, my feeling, and with a break, SVG clashes with our core values. There is something in SVG that just is not flowing.
Okay, well, we can fix that, but again, that's a separate topic. It's not the topic we're discussing right now.
No, I'm just.
And I have no problem with that, but it's like SVG represents one important value, which is creativity. It's all about being creative, and imagination and creativity are our only limiting factor. When we created SVG, I think we were working within a limited framework without understanding the prime lineage and the vision of where we're going with the coalition. I mean, now we even have Hanua and all this stuff. I mean, it's just like jaw-dropping direction that we're going with all of this. None of it's going to happen without getting functional. So right now we just need to get functional. And then we can evolve SVG however we want to evolve it, or better yet, we can start it from scratch and just create a new version however we want it to be. It really doesn't matter because that's how flexible our system is.
Yeah, SVG is amazing. Let's keep SVG.
Yeah. Okay, remember, SVG is only a brand. That is literally all it is.
It's an amazing brand. Yeah, it's an amazing brand.
So technically speaking, the contracts are only half owned by SVG because the other half is owned by the client. So the only thing that SVG actually owns is the brand. There's literally no other actual asset that SVG by itself owns without other outside involvement.
Yeah, and there's no other organization, company, whatever in the world that is called Social Value Group.
Well, it's a good brand. I definitely agree.
It's amazing. It's an amazing brand.
But it's not necessarily, anything special. Like FQV is much more exciting brand as far as I'm concerned.
My bad, FQVs.
What are we talking about? So let's take a break.
Yes.
I'm definitely not particularly excited about our double team here. I'd like to hear from Alex. I'd like to hear from Joyce.
Yeah, I don't know. Joyce, we lost her.
We lost Joyce. Okay, but let's take a break. Let's get into the JURACN client relations. You can copy and paste all the JURACN client work. We can do a status update on everything where we're at, and then we can go through it quickly, and then hopefully we can be done. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so take a break. Break. Ooh.
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay. So. Priority score. Oh my God! Why do we have double? Why is everything double?
Because we have two lists, right? So one is in the SVG coordination spreadsheet, which is the first one, it's the most updated.
It looks like the same list to me.
Is it? One is longer.
Okay. Anyways, but they're similar. All right. So anyways, I want to add status update here. So
I'm gonna delete this one. Okay?
Generally good. And it was worked on. Alpha support, bad, not worked on. Are we having alpha?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, there has been two quick things, Jay. First of all, we managed to, thanks to you and your work, the legal continuity is guaranteed. There had been a shareholder meeting today, by the way.
Okay.
So yes, so everybody agreed that the document that we sent is the truth. So
yes, obviously, I got
yeah,
agree.
yes, yeah, but it was
no concerns.
Yeah, but you don't know anyways, it was heavy. And then there was they approved 50,000 euros of funding
for carbon.
Yeah, I mean for the mock, right? Let's say so.
All right.
Tomorrow we're having alpha.
Okay, but either way, it's just getting off tangent. You know, we need to get these real-time session policy. I think it's like the 20th time that we are breaking policies that we don't have yet, and it's just like so frustrating. You have no idea. Like wrap up, next step, real-time session policies. Number 1, number 2.
I am prioritizing.
Well, it needs to be prioritized.
I'm the first one who understands.
Brutal. No, you're the last one who understands. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the problem. So, US asset support.
I function with policies.
US asset support is obviously not great. You know, let's give it orange. I mean, it's going to be okay. I mean, it's not terrible.
Was it worked on over
Time
the
to
last 3
pause.
weeks? No, I
Please
think,
stop.
right?
Close
No.
your
No.
eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Executive support.
And then I have a problem with executive support that I would like someone to deal with. So if you go into a TASE tracking hours
Yeah.
for this week, you go to client work, we have 2.5 hours for BJC Trust, which we did the week before. So I don't know what's going on with that. And then we have 4 hours for executive support. So I think that she thought that somehow real-time, VA sessions are somehow executive support, but there's no relationship whatsoever. Like if you want to schedule a VA session, you can, and we can make the priority executive support, and we can work on executive priorities and executive priorities updating list, which is due just like the management status updating reporting. But somehow she put 4 hours, which never happened, right? We never even worked on executive support at all, 0 hours. So can someone communicate with Ate about that?
Yeah, I will.
And then also there's this 2.5 hours on BJC trust taxes, which obviously was the week before. So maybe she just put it in the wrong place. I don't know. But all right, moving on. JURACN scope. So this is something that we're adding, right, to SVG, which is obviously, let's just say it's fine. It needs a little work, but whatever. We'll leave it as yes. JLN support, I think you could kind of put this in yes, and you could also say it's fine, but we just need to get these dentist scheduled. Bills, I would say bills is bad, that we're not getting the bills done. People have been working on the bills, but we're not doing good on the bills. Half-year equity report. We got the draft, right? POS finance report. I mean, we're not really doing any POS finance support, right? I don't think we were working on it. Overall coordination for sponsorship. God, these are not organized in the right order. I kind of feel like it would be better to organize these in the correct order.
Mhm.
How would you handle it? What order?
Well, I would organize them so all the sponsorship is together, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so create the, you want me to do it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
So let's just do this. Oops, I messed it up.
Yeah.
All right. A to Z. Okay, so bills, then we have executive. So let's finish executive. SQV website, obviously we're not working on that. Canopy, not working on that. DTS, not working on that.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
JURACN coordination, obviously bad, but we're doing that right now, right? That's good. So technically this is client work, but it's also a double team, so we're not really doing much work. JURACN invoicing, bad. We have a deadline for that. JURACN client relations, whatever. Not great, but fine. That brings us down to POS. Half-year finance report. This is the one we started, right? So
yeah,
this is started. We'll say started. But if we're not in great shape with that because we're past due, and I don't know if we're gonna get it done. POS equity support, bad, not doing it. POS overall support, I don't know. Let's just say fine. I don't know. It's overall everything. Oh, actually, the overall support relates to the new priority. I don't see here. Oh, no, because it's under Vortex, which is the. Oh no, I don't see it here either. All right, we'll add it in. So this is the social. What's it called? The social question mark report. I can't remember what it's called. Social impact report. Can you guys hear me still? Anyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Jay.
Excellent. All right, so you have the social impact report. You don't know why it's not there, but overall, POS overall support is related to the social impact report. So I don't know how to organize that. So I mean, I don't know, maybe this should be under Vortex as well. Overall half year assets report, fine, it needs work, but whatever. All right, session support, planetary sessions, calendar.
Recording has stopped.
Bad. Overall coordination of sponsorship, not good, right? We started it, not great. Program admin fees, didn't someone work on that?
I think it was a schedule, but
No, just scheduled. So we can say we started on it. Outreach and media, bad. Pre-proposal program support. I mean, this is fine because it's like there's not anything really to work on. Programs communication, bad, but we did start. We have that staffing, fine, not a lot to do there. Program documentation's bad. Legal membership relations, bad, and no, none of these were worked on except for scheduling. Staffing, bad. Plasma, bad. Staffing, bad. Multimedia, bad. FTV website, bad. Okay, cool.
Hello, you get me, guys?
I hear you now.
I'm back. Great.
So anyways, the point is that we're still way below 50% on even working on things, let alone getting anything completed. So there's really only one thing that's good status, which is the taxes, which is good that the status is good taxes. I mean, we want the taxes to be in good status, for sure. But the fact that it's the only thing that's in good status is a big problem.
of course.
Very good.
So I don't know what else we want to do here. Also, yeah, we'll probably change some of the stuff. Like I feel like Canopy and DTS does not need to be as much money because there's not a lot prioritizing here. Like maybe we can just give each of these like, you know, a session per month. I mean, we don't need to do a lot.
Executive fundraising, we are on half pay stop. We're on half pay stop on all of this, many of this.
A lot of these don't have pay stops, but yes, the one that do have pay stops is good because it's related to our functionality plan.
All the ones that have half pay stop, we are on half pay stop.
I think we could add
Bad taxes.
Yeah. But except for taxes, yes. The taxes, we have a looming upfront pay stop for the 15th, which is why I want us to stay focused on the upfront pay stops because we do not need to go on upfront pay stop again.
Yes.
So what is the goal of this topic? Let's go back. So organizing and coordination, client work oversight, and all client plan. No, this is the wrong topic. What is topic? That was topic 1. Topic 2, JURACN and client relations. Get clarity on JURACN and client priorities. All right, so let's so all we really want to do is prioritize this. So let's go through the priority score of everything. And we'll go from there. Sound good?
Yes.
Yes.
So bills, I don't know. I'm going to start that in the middle. Alpha support, definitely high priority. Executive support, also high priority, but no one's really doing it. JLN support, always a high priority, but you know, whatever. SQB,
Yeah, but alpha support, Jay, I need to talk about it, right? So
why? We don't need to talk about it. It has nothing to do with you.
no, because if it's high priority, somebody should step up and help Jay, guys, because
Yes, absolutely. Someone should step
cannot
up
do
and
it,
help.
right?
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
So
That
yeah, I just wanna make a note. We're setting for we're aiming at 20 now.
aiming for what?
20, because we have been doing 2 weeks of campaign of trenches and it's just
I have no idea what you're even talking about. What is the topic? We're talking about JURACN priorities or what?
No, the alpha support. Somebody should step up, guys. Help Jay with the alpha support. That's what I want to say. That's it. I
Right.
I have conflict of interest.
Should we go on? Should we move on?
Yes.
Okay, so website 5, Canopy and DTS, not huge priority. Executive fundraising. I mean, I think this is good. This is gonna be fun. It's important to start fundraising. We need. I'm not really expecting income there. JURACN scope. We did that once, so I think this is not a huge priority. JURACN coordination, which is what we're doing now, super high priority, very important. And also we could say, yes, we're doing this. Boom, right? JURACN invoicing. Let's just continue to raise it slowly so that by the deadline we have it high priority. JURACN client relations, not a huge priority because we're internal. POS assets support, very important. Half-year equity report, important. POS finance support, important. I'm going to put the equity report down a little bit. Half-year finance report, important. POS equity support. I would say this equity support is going to be increasingly more important. POS overall support, not as important. Let's give it 6. Half-year assets report. I mean, we did it, so it's good. So I would say that we have a draft, so I'm going to give it a fine, but let's make sure it's still pretty high, like a 6.75. Sessions calendar, pretty important. Planetary sessions. I mean, it's so sad that the planetary sessions are such a low priority because they should be a high priority. Also, I do feel like the planetary sessions should be considered as part of our functionality plan and have some potential, at least a quarter pay stop. Like, we're not going to do the Jupiter session. Like,
time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The Jupiter session only happens like once every 6 years. Why not have a pay stop for that? Because pretty major thing to be missing. Overall coordination for sponsorship, important. Program admin fees, important. Outreach media, important. Pre-program proposals, not as important. Program communications, put that a little more important. Staffing, program documentation is not as important. Taxes, super duper important, and we're taking care of it. Legion membership relations, not that important. Plasma accountability, pretty important. I don't know, like probably even go up to 6. Staffing MBC, MBE. I mean, this relates to the planetary sessions, but I don't know. Go to 5.5, I guess, for now. Multimedia segmentations. I mean, this is related to our launch. This is huge. FQB website. I don't know. Do we have that twice though? Yes, it's twice. So we're going to delete this one. Let's delete this one. Okay, that brings us to social impact report. Very important. And we need to create a deadline for the social impact report. FQV website, we can make it slightly higher. All right, so let's see what these priorities look like. So we have taxes, alpha support, JURACN coordination, POS asset support, JLN support, social impact report, executive support, half-year equity report, POS finance support, overall coordination for sponsorship. So that's a pretty good list. And you can see here that the ones that are the highest priorities do have the most work on them, right? There's only 2 of these that have less work, and they're both been worked on. So I don't think we did POS overall support. I don't know why that says yes. That is no. But yeah. Bills are pretty important too. I should probably put that up a little bit higher. But yeah. Is this helpful to have some priorities on all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
But I mean, it's all a priority. I mean, we really would like to get all of the work done.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Also, there's an important calculation in relationship to our budget, right? So our upfront total value needed for the budget, according to this, is $6,621. I always like verifying things, so let's see if it's verifiable. $6,621.38 for our overall monthly time budget. So that means that of the over $10,000 of base potential income that we can bring in, we only need $6,000. So that means that there's a $4,000 buffer of work that we could be doing. So there should be no problem in getting enough money for payroll. And then in addition, we have an additional like over $4,000 of deliverable bonuses that are available. So I don't know. Like the functionality plan, I'm also considering the issues of our time and our positions and our recruitment and all that in terms of being functional. But there really is no reason why we shouldn't meet payroll every month and have plenty of work to do. And it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm obviously trying to figure out what the problem is that we get so little work done.
But I don't understand too much. That means, for example, if I get to work, can you listen? Yeah, should be listening.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. If I get to work, I don't know, I get the taxes done and the alpha support and I don't know, three of these tasks, the first three. That means I get to bring to FQN this amount of money, right?
No, so if you go to this will be the client work.
Mm-hmm.
So for this month, we're currently in 89 degree west. Under Alex, it says that you have done 15 hours of client work, right?
Okay.
So then if you go into the client work calculations, this would be what we call the client calcs. You see under Alex, this is the 6.6x you brought in $500 of value for the organization.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So one of the things you need to be able to do is for at least the JURACN work, you want to organize your efficient hours, but it looks like there's only a little bit for CLN taxes and fictitious business names. But so the overall value that we brought in is $1,942 for JURACN. So, or not for JURACN, but for the UMCUS, right? For the umbrella business, right? This is BUS, umbrella business. So then you have the umbrella business income calculation. So this takes the total that's brought in, which is the 1,942, and breaks down into the three categories, which is value to support the vortex, right? The value to support UMCUS client coordination, which we just talked about, and the value that directly supports the team. So currently the team gets 57.32% of the total, which is $1,113 of the $1,942 that comes in. The rest of the money goes to the vortex and towards the UMCUS for more client work that we need to do.
Okay.
Right? So it's not like this money disappears. It goes to doing the staffing and the accountability and the segmentation, the business coordination and the client coordination. Like this is all money that's set aside to make sure that the work gets done. If you don't do the work, you shouldn't be getting paid to not do the work, right?
Right.
Then you take the total that comes into the actual team, which includes our 10% loan repayment, because we're not paying this back yet. And then you have half of that is 556, which is the client work income, the direct client work income. So the time that's spent on the client work hours, the team gets directly paid 556. And then you have the internal op pools and the efficient and set up internal op pools. So then you have to actually do the internal operations work, because again, we have to do all the internal operations to function as a team. So if you look under I, you have Alex, you've done $133 of internal operations work so far this month. Okay. And then you take that, and basically the total internal operations for the team is a maximum of efficient work and setup work only $34. And so if you do the setup income, even though you have personally brought in $133, as a team, we've only brought in $178.56 because we simply are not doing the work. And you do need to know if you've done any efficient work on, for example, coordination and or budget.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
So someone needs to do the efficient work to actually complete and move the work forward to get the money into the budget. And then you have the actual team income, which is the total client direct hours income plus the internal operations income. And that's our total income, which is $735.29. But currently the total payroll is $375.28. So we actually have a surplus carryover right now. So I don't know exactly how that works, but I think it's mainly because people aren't tracking all their hours, but also we are on half pay stop. So if we weren't on half pay stop, we would be much more inclined to not be reaching payroll. But because we're on half pay stop, that might be why half of our pay is going into a surplus carry forward. But also this doesn't include the bonus upfront payroll yet either. So bonus upfront payroll might eat up our surplus carry forward to the bonus upfront payroll. And then anything that doesn't go into the base or the bonus would be surplus carried forward to next month's payroll. And that's our goal, is to actually have savings as a team. So hopefully that answers your question as far as how the money works. You know, you bring in the money into the umbrella business, and then the umbrella business is broken down into running the business, which is very expensive. And if you think about the cost of running the business, we don't even pay a fraction of the cost. Like it's like literally, like the brothers come in, we pay. So far we paid $300 of business expenses, right? These business expenses are more like $1,500 a month. So unless this business expense category gets up to like $1,500, we are not even covering the cost of running the actual business, right? For the whole vortex. We're only covering a very, very tiny, small fraction of the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we already missed the break.
Oh.
Can we take a break?
I think we're pretty much ready to wrap up though, right?
Yeah, but let's take a break because I start working at 8 in the morning. So if I don't take the breaks, I turn off.
And then wrap up?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. So hopefully I answered your question, Alex.
Kind of. I have more questions, but
more questions. All right. Well, maybe after the break we can do a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Can I just get everything ready? Except cooking? Okay. Is Alex back?
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Is Alex back or what?
I'm back.
So what was your other question?
The thing is, okay, you told me kind of the distribution of the money. Money, we make the work, or we do the work. The money comes in, and the money gets kind of distributed, and the business cost and the payroll and etc. Right? Um, but on the JURACN, not trajectory, deliverables, right? That we have on the screen, but that might work also for ACU and for SPG and all the clients, just different names. This is the equivalent for each work or each task that we accomplish or finish, and the amount of money that gets into the F, may I say FQN, that we bring in, right?
The co-op? You're talking about the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the team would be after you bring the business income, you get your internal ops income, and then you have your team income. So right now we're at $735.29.
Alex, this is the budget of the client. No, the client allocates this amount of money of monetary value to this kind of work. So per month, right? This means that if you spend 30 hours working on executive support, the maximum amount that the client has agreed, and we have agreed with the client that he is willing to pay because of the budget that J does. Like ACU, the budget that J did for ACU is perfect to the cent, right? So this is what we should be to do the work on executive support efficiently every month. The executive support work, not executive support work. That's what the client makes sense. We have agreed that is going to pay. Yes.
Yeah, you can't just like randomly work on whatever you want to and then get endless pay for it. You actually have to do the work that's assigned. And most of this is all work that's assigned as base pay, which means you don't actually have to complete anything. You just have to spend time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So for what completing deliverables, you need to actually get
Time
the
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Before it may have been true, but today we're separating setup training with efficient work.
But efficient work is still time. It doesn't, just because you do efficient work does not mean that you completed the work.
Yeah, but you cannot detract 5 hours of efficient work time and come with the half.
Yeah. So for example, executive support, like I'm totally over executive support being training time and setup time. It's like, if people want to do executive support, they need to help me at the most highest executive level and be organized and planning. And the idea that, you know, Ate would track 4 hours of executive support and spend 0 time on it. Like at most I would get $25 for that. Like that's just a joke, right? It's like you have to actually do the work and prioritize the work. So, and also it's very important to understand that this budget is based on, you know, once a month and working weekly, right? People are assigned for weekly 1.5 hours per week. So if you're working more than an hour and a half on something, you need to be thinking about that as a problem in relationship to our budget and our income. So half your equity report happens twice every 6 months. So you would take $100 times 6, $600 for an equity report Wait, 50. No, actually, the minimum is 35. Put these all at 35. So the minimum is $70. This is not. I should be working on the actual official document so that we're not creating duplicates here. So potential base. So we're talking about POS half-year equity report. So let's take a look. POS half-year equity report. There we go. See, it's 70 already. Okay. So $70 times 6 is $420. So $400, the equity report is not a bad amount of money. It's not excessive. It's not super low or anything, but it's like, it's just an equity report, and it shouldn't take that long even, but it should be worked on every single month for an hour and a half.
Okay.
You know, so the goal is to move the report forward, not wait till the deadline and then work on it for 5 hours to get it done. That is not what people are being paid to do.
Okay.
So it's
and also if I
yeah. Alberto?
sorry, sorry, interrupt you, please.
No, I'm done.
No, and this relates to what we started with the other topic, the coordination, right? So the coordinator should
Time
make sure
for
that
breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
make sure that the workers are assigned on all the work, because otherwise all the workers work just on one on one trajectory. You understand that it's not efficient. It's not you fail by doing that. So just want to mention, since Lucy's here, how important it is the client work coordinator.
And I want to add all of this client work coordination in for it'll be starting next month. So for this month, we still have a little bit of SVG value and ACU value that we're gonna double up or whatever. But for future months, we'll actually have a full SVG client coordination section, which is very, very, very important. Super duper 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 important. And then as far as like understanding how this connects into the big picture, I'm going to wait on that for just give me a chance to go first. I'll try to remember it, but it's pretty complicated, but I want to make sure that at least I try to connect it to the bigger picture. But does someone else want to go first?
The bigger picture is that, guys, JURACN, right, is an internal client, so it pays also for main sessions, for communication, for all what we're getting paid, because we're getting paid more for internal operations and communications and management than client work. As you can see, client work is not happening. Right, so.
Oh, I remember.
But this is important that we get organized on JURACN, because soon, God willing, we're going to have clients.
Yeah. So basically here, I remember it's basically like, this is the potential base income. So this is again with no output deliverables, nothing, just time. Then you've got your actual deliverables work. So we will start tracking the deliverables work, and this relates to the bonuses. So we haven't done the bonuses yet, so we're still working on base pay. But once we get the bonuses worked out, so Alex, you would be tracking it would automatically track all your work.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So let's say you're working on the equity report. You don't work on it for 5 months. The last month, you're like, okay, I'm going to put in 5-10 hours, get the equity report completed, make it perfect. It all looks good. The team's going to get $70 for the month, right? But if you simply track the deliverable and you get the work for the deliverable, there's 2 parts to the deliverable. there is the completion and the estimated time and the estimated time to the bonus. So this is like how much work to get the bonus. Bonus, and then you have basically the additional value not paid. So this is like, you know, efficient hours, and then you have your extra bonus on top. So you basically get paid both. If you finish the work, you get paid the full, you know, potential base income for all of the work you did up to probably this, in this case, like $400. Plus, you're gonna get the deliverable bonus, which in this case,
yes. But the point, Jay, is that
$10 is more.
that needs to be stressed. The fact that doing this work brings income. Yes, why brings it income? Because it generates value, right? If we did the asset work, for example, okay, we could if the assets were organized and we were working, the team was focused, understanding how important the asset work is, and everybody's prioritizing assets so that every week is happening. It's outrageous that in the last 3 weeks we didn't work on assets, because the assets, if we worked on assets, the assets generate profit, generate funds that we could use that we were not even thinking about. That's the point. That this is, yes, it's income, but it's value, right? It's value that multiplies. 1 + 1 is 3. Multiplies and brings even more value to the table. Client is paying for this because he needs the value. It comes from this.
Did we answer your question, Alex, better, or do you have more questions?
No. I think I'm getting it clear.
Yeah, but basically under our model, it's like you work your hour and a half per week or per month on the responsibility. You move everything forward. You don't worry about getting it done until the deadline comes. But then when you do the work, as long as you complete the deliverable, everyone should be getting paid their full pay.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
And then from there, in terms of wrapping up and moving forward, obvious next step here is the functionality plan. So the functionality plan will cover all of the income. So I've been working on the functionality plan. I'm very excited about it. We're prioritizing the income, and I can't stress enough on the income. Let's see, functionality plan. There it is. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing, of course. Pay stops and functionality plan. So I got some really cool notes on this. We have all the different pay stop levels, and then we have the income. So on the income priorities, I put investor campaign and assets portfolio balancing as 1 and 2, and then new clients is 3. As far as our priorities, and we can look here at our income priorities, but basically, you know, this is what I have so far: investor campaign, assets portfolio rebalancing, and new clients campaign. That this is it right here. Like Alberto just said it, our assets, our investments, you know, and then basically a client is kind of like a worker. A client is an investor. So there's very little difference between directly investing and being a client, because our clients are investing. They're just investing like workers who also get paid, right? They're getting work output as well as investment simultaneously. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So we need, but right now we have no pay stops for any of this. The asset portfolio balancing, right, it would be like level 1, and these are actually, you need to go backwards. Level 0 is red bad. Level 1 is like red. So basically right now our assets portfolio rebalancing is a joke as far as pay stops go. It's like once a half year we have like a tiny little pay stop or something. I don't know. So we want to work up towards more and more intense levels of pay stops, but within reason, right? So we start at level 1 and we work our way up as we get more and more organized, and we get better and better at our pay stops. Okay.
Okay.
So anyways, make sure everyone needs to vote. Vote on the normal voting form. Very important, normal voting form. We're going to do the next normal voting form as well, which is going to be very important. I will be available technically in about an hour, but I don't think it's necessary. We could just stop for the day here.
No, please, Jay. Please,
Time
please,
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Where are we now on time?
I say we are now we are Sonic H 1.5. 1.25. 1.25.
1.25. Yeah. So we're looking at. I guess we could try to start it out at Sonic Hour 2. So take a 45-minute break and then start Sonic Hour 2.
Yes, perfect.
And then we want to do we don't want to do VA session, right?
Yes.
And this would be real-time virtual assistant session. And Alberto, you want to do that? Does anyone else want to join?
I'm gonna leave it for today. I'm gonna take off now.
Alex, you're done. And who is scheduled for this session?
For this session is Alberto.
It is Alberto. Okay, cool.
Tomorrow I have signed up.
So maybe we should focus on real-time session policies. All right.
Whatever you want, Jay. I mean, as long as it's a VA session, so that we also prevent. I'm very worried about the deadline, guys, because the last thing we need right now is to start a new
more deadline.
The new recruitment round, yes. That's it and all of it, yeah.
Serious work. Yeah.
And I also been thinking a lot about the recruitment status and process. Like, there's so much going on here, guys, but for one, I really think we need to start considering substitute workers. I hate the idea of not paying people full-time value, but I think this could work. And I think I might have figured out a model that is possible. Anyways, the idea is that you would hire 4 extra people and you give each of them 1 week per month. And then they would be like the backups. So when anyone takes leave, they would get an extra week, right? They would get more work when anyone's sick or anyone takes leave. They would substitute in for that person, but they would automatically get 1 week of work per month. So they're automatically guaranteed at least a week of work per month minimum, and then it could go up from there. And right now our team barely shows up, like half of the time.
I mean, that's the CJ again. I don't know. I mean,
anyways, just an idea.
To stress it, but the point.
The other is the cost-based rankings, which would be to rank everybody based on the first 6 hours to the organization is a lot. If someone only working 6 hours a week, we lose money because they're not doing anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we would start the valuation on someone's time per.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
So I really think that will help our rankings. And then the clarity on the worker status, I think want to add a couple of things where we have a partial leave, but I also think about being semi-active. Like you're either on partial leave or you're semi-active as opposed to being fully active. And then we have the substitute worker, full leave, and inactive. So I was thinking about like a little bit more clarity on the worker status to have a little bit more of a balance there. And then we're going to be adding in coordinator position bonuses and coordinator position evaluations. So, or these are like your paid position bonuses, position evaluations. But yeah.
Jay, yes. But I mean, the point is that again.
We need to get functional. That's what I'm talking about. Okay?
Yeah, but there's no point in I mean, we cannot get finally in 2 years we got lucky. We got Alex, right? In this recruitment round. Amazing. Yes, Alex. You have no idea how happy I am. I pray God that you are serious to stay with us. But the point is that we need to get serious on the training.
Yes, training is already in our functionality list. So
Great.
Training goes under training onboarding, right? So the idea is that we need pay stops for training and onboarding. and we need, it's part of our core functionality. We also have added training into our internal operations, right? So we have paid training coordination. Eventually, we might be able to even hire a trainer, like their position would be to coordinate training. Obviously, it's not a priority right now, but we should certainly consider it. So internal ops work, we have trainer coordination. So nobody's put any time on this, but this is something that someone can step up to work on as paid work at this time.
Training coordination.
Okay.
Trainer coordination, yes. So under our new payroll model, there is, if you go into the tracking, you have your training. So 18 through 21 is your training. You have your leadership training, your onboarding training, your position training, and your methodology training. So you have training is 18 through 21. And then you have trainer work, which is 63 through 67, which is onboarding initial worker setup, stage 5 trainer coordination and support, position general manager trainer coordination support, and methodology trainer coordination support, and then overall trainer coordination planning and setup.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
And then the other thing that I'm proposing is the biggest section of internal operations is coordination. But I'm proposing actually splitting it apart to have administration and coordination. Administration would be things like tactical ops deadlines updating, tactical ops worker involvement criteria, management status report updating, leadership deadlines. I mean, this is just an administrative task and administrative responsibilities and functions. Whereas, scheduling coordination responsibility, that's an administrative task, right? Whereas the overall coordination of the organization happens in more of the leadership roles. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex. I mean,
yes.
You have another work, right? During the day.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, you and I, we also have the same time zone, almost.
Right.
It's only 1 hour. Yeah. Because we should really start getting together, you and I. I mean, God willing. Right. So the point is that if we get, again, if we go in the sessions, only when there is Jay does all the work.
Right.
So like this session is normal, because it's natural. But there is so much work that needs to happen, which is not his responsibility, that really you and I could do that very well together.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So let's try to get organized to have a session, at least 2-3 sessions. I don't know,
Hydra sometimes it's difficult for me, but this week I have my youngest son here because he's not attending school. He's a little
I don't know, fulcrum.
But we can coordinate the check-in and yes.
But let's get together, you and I, really, to get all this
to get growing
backdoor back office work happening. So
yes. As far as I'm concerned, my number one top priority right now for everything is functionality plan, get functional, get organized, get our deadline set up. Like Eileen said it best. Like I cannot disagree with Eileen more, right? If you look at I put it into our management section here. So you go to the management section, you go.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
Management team.
And you go into the client expectations, right? In the client expectations, Eileen said it very simple. I want the list of deadlines, and I want to be able to meet the deadlines and have everything work, right? Just that simple, right? That as a worker, as a client, you set the deadlines. Mm-hmm. As long as the deadlines get completed on time, everything's functional, everything's going well, everything works. It's that simple. Eileen said it. I love it. That's the functionality plan. That's what I want. We need the list of deadlines. We get the deadlines done on time, and then everything works out perfectly from there. That's it. It's that simple. That's all we have to do. And then we can launch, and then we can, build the coalition and get Manua and just move everything forward, exponentially. So it's just like, it's obviously easier said than done. But what I love about Eileen's model is that it's so simple. Sure, meeting all the deadlines is difficult, but then we know if we meet the deadlines, we're going to be good. If we don't meet the deadlines, we're going to be bad. We know meeting the deadlines is difficult, but right now, even if we meet all the deadlines, we're still in a complete tailspin and disaster because all of the functionality that we need as a team is not in the deadlines. And that's a big problem for me. I want all of our functionality in the deadlines, and then all we have to say to the workers is meet the deadlines and we're good to go. Don't meet the deadlines,
very nice.
we're not going to go. It's so simple, it's so beautiful.
Functionality.
Clients love it, the workers love it. It's like a win-win for everybody. Functionality plan. Every single possible essential functionality, core, root, responsibility in the entire vortex needs to have a clear deadline, and those deadlines need to all be organized, and we're going to be organizing all of our deadlines together based on frequency. So we'll be double and triple and quadruple checking all of our deadlines, and it's going to be beautiful. And then we're going to get them. It's going to take us some time to keep practicing to meet our deadlines, but eventually we'll get better and better at meeting the deadlines. And it makes sense that if we don't meet the deadlines, we shouldn't be getting paid. It's okay to be on half pay stop. It's okay to be on 3/4 pay stop. It's okay to be on 5.7368% pay stop if we choose to go that direction, if we want to just do exact calculations. But the point is that what's not okay is to just to continue not getting the work done, because we're supposed to be publicly accountable, and the functionality plan will also make public accountability. So you want to get paid, you get the work done. If you're not getting the work done based on the needs of the public and the team, we shouldn't be getting paid, and we should be saving the money for paying people to get the work done. Right? So I think overall, it just makes so much sense to have this functionality plan. And the way that I'm organizing the functionality plan, if you saw from before, and I know this is kind of getting on a tangent, but it's so exciting. What happened to the functionality plan? Let's just click on it, open it again. Why not?
Can you link it? I don't have it.
Yeah, let me link it right here. Boom, and copy functionality plan line 14. All right, so in the other policies, in the pay stop notes, I worked on these pay stop levels. And I'll put it under the hyper evaluation here. So the pay stop levels basically indicate to us where are we in the pay stop model in terms of how intense are our pay stops. So let's just take an example of a pretty intense pay stop. I would say the all work plan, all client plan, and our every 3 weeks, right? Every 3 weeks, and all eval plan, right? All eval plan. These are all 3 weeks, and these are half pay stops. Then another example would be the deadlines. So deadlines updating is every 2 weeks, right? And then we have, for example, the assets portfolio rebalancing is a half pay stop every half year or something ridiculous like that, right?
Quarter.
Every quarter, yeah. So every quarter. So I would give this a level 1, right? A half pay stop every quarter to do one balancing portfolio is like minimal, right? Deadlines updating every 2 weeks for a half pay stop or upfront pay stop based on the new policy, a full upfront pay stop, I would give it like a level 4, because that's pretty intense. It's every 2 weeks. It could be upfront pay stops. It could be quick. It's dealing with all of our deadlines, a lot going on there. All work plan, half pay stops, I would give this a level 3. right? So we could certainly make it further and harder and more intense. I would say our taxes overall could potentially be a level 4 or level 5 even, because our taxes pay stop deadlines are pretty intense. I would say they're level 4 because we could definitely make them more intense and have it instead of like once a year.
End of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is that just because we set an upfront pay stop does not mean it needs to be super intense for the team. And when we do set an intense pay stop, these levels will be able to indicate exactly which pay stops we intend to be intense, so that we know if there's a problem, we can immediately target and understand where the problems are in the pay stops, whereas other pay stops there might be very, very easy. Okay, so the functionality plan is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing.
This is really cool, yes.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest problems that we always face is that we move forward so quickly with the work that every day, every month there is something new, right? So the point is that we put the deadlines, but nobody but you knows what is the work that needs to happen. So many times, in my experience, it happened many times that we get close to the deadline. I'm talking about myself. We get close to the deadline. I assume that the work is not that much, and then it's something very big and we go into our pay stop. If we had these levels, a worker would understand. All right, so this upcoming deadline is high level, so we need to get organized to get it done before.
Yeah. But another really cool thing about the levels is that as a team, I would feel fine getting the entire functionality plan set up to like level 1 and 2, maybe a couple things level 3, like getting everything functional so that it's all there. And then as a team, we can go from level 1 to level 2, from level 2 to level 3 as we get better and better at meeting the deadlines. Practice makes perfect. We will get better and better to get higher and higher levels for our deadlines and become more and more efficient and more productive as a team as we go along, right? So just like if we made all the deadlines level 5, it would just be a complete disaster, right? And I think that's part of what's going on right now is that some of the deadlines are happening a little too intensely, but at the same time, we're also not doing the work. So there's a balance there. So anyways, we can kind of figure out where we want to start the intensity with certain pay stops. And then over time, we can adjust and continue to improve. And what I would see is that over time, the level of intensity would go up as our team gets more and more functional, because we want to be at level 5 for all of our deadlines, ideally, right? Or the high level as we possibly can do. But we want to do that functionally, not dysfunctionally, right? It's better to be at level 1 functionally than level 5 dysfunctionally. Yeah. So anyways.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
These are just ideas that I'm sure we'll go over during main session and continue, and as we evolve the functionality plan. But again, this functionality plan basically acts as like a vortex model of like what a typical business would have, like for like a normal business plan. But it like covers all of our basic functionality so that we have full income and asset management and coordination, and just making sure that our overall basics are all taken care of as a vortex. So anyways, I'm excited about it. I feel like if we work on this, I think we have a deadline. Let's look at our leadership real quick. This is perfect wrap-up stuff. So we go to the leadership, we go to higher priority, we have functionality plan. The deadline is December 12th. So it's just a quarter pay stop. So this would be like a level 1 deadline. So we could easily get this done quicker than December 12th for a 1 quarter pay stop, right? And we're already in good status on this. The functionality plan is coming along beautifully, and we're already updating some of our policies. We're gonna start reviewing all of our deadlines based on frequency and level. And so it's moving forward. So if we can get this functionality plan launched by December 12th, I think this is the #1 most important thing for moving forward with the Prime lineage. which gets us to transformation of everything, right? So this is it right here. This is the prime lineage. This is the most important thing I think we can possibly work on to move forward with the launch and everything else.
That's
Right.
But I think we get it done in like a week or two if we wanted. We don't have to wait till December 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's I just wanted to share that because I was really excited about all of the updates.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, but I need to go, and I'm going to need at least an hour. So, I mean, I'm going to need 45 minutes to an hour. So because we spent a little extra time, I think we need
Yeah.
to do hour 2.5, Sonic 2.5. Okay.
No problem, Jay.
Yeah,
I'll be here.
November. That will be my first session, virtual assistant.
Okay, but it's not a session. It's a time slot. So it's like a shift. So it's going to be a quarter day or a half day, depending on how long you want to do it. And you need to check in on Discord about the priorities and communicate and work together about, helping run the organization for that 3 hour, that 6 hours or 12 hours or whatever you sign up for. And then we just make sure that everything for that quarter day or half day.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
And definitely coordinate with Alex about, getting set up properly and also.
Yeah, and first of all, Lucy, cell wrap up, cell G4.
Okay, I will.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, that's the responsive training and all the steps. Yes, very, very good. Oh, also, we have a new policy that we're supposed to send 3 to 6 minutes during wrap up on income value tracking and work hours. So with this client coordination, there's a little bit of client work here, but mainly we did double team. Really more of this coordination is really what we did during this time. So I'm going to log these hours as like coordination hours, but other people evolve it as they need. But anyways, let's take a moment to do our time tracking. If you have any questions, let us do that. But under our new policies, we're supposed to be spending 3 to 6 minutes of silence during the wrap up of every session to track our value.
Let's do it.
And we just started day 2 of the week of the full moon.
Okay.
And Tuesday, the 30th, 31st.
So you send me the tab in writing, right?
Also, if someone can send out the weekly check-in reminder, because we are in the new week of the full moon, we need to send out a reminder for
this weekly check-in. Yeah, I don't understand.
You don't understand the weekly check-in? Why not?
No, not at all.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Why do we need to do the weekly check-ins?
Because the weekly check-in does 2 things. If somebody did not do their hours tracking, it makes them estimate their hours at the end of the week, which is when you need to be estimating your hours so that you're not doing it at the end of the month. The second thing it does is it just kind of
it's not for us, it's for them.
It logs and gets an understanding of the direction we're going for all of our client work and deliverables and like other priorities. And then from that, it will go into our client work check-ins every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. So I go into the spreadsheet, it says invalid range, Alberto,
Oh, I haven't really done much for yours, Alberto. I've been updating everybody's pay.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I've been updating everyone's payroll spreadsheets based on their input, and you haven't been doing any input, so I haven't really updated yours.
Yeah, no, but it's here. I mean, it's the tab is here, right?
Yeah, but it should still work fine. So if you go to Alberto tracking, where are you? You just start at line, so skip all the reference and start at line 42. Eventually, let's go to line 10, but right now it's 42. So And then you can just put in all your tracking hours down here, okay? It's all blank right now. There's nothing. Does that make sense, Alberto?
I mean, I'm looking at it here. So, for example, I go now.
So eventually
Yeah.
I'm going to add a component for a functionality plan.
So I go line here, right? 104, coordination, executive center planning, coordination, facilitation, decision making. This could be.
Yeah, that's
what we
perfect.
just
That's what
did, right?
I'm going to do line
Yes.
79. So for me, it's
Yes.
line 79.
Right.
But there's also a little coordination relationship to JURACN client relations, which is line 137.
All right. So I go into the week of full moon. Oh, great. The dates. So today.
Yeah, the dates. Oh, actually, the dates are not updated for you, but.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I understand
I
it. So
can
day
update
one was the 28th, 29th, 30th.
So we're on day 2 right now.
3.
No, I think it's day 2.
Full moon was the 28th, Saturday. But okay, I mean, day 2.
Here, I'm copying and pasting it because I double checked and verified everything, but it's always good to double and triple, quadruple check, so I could be wrong. But this is what I have.
Whatever. So I go here and I do.
I just updated on yours.
2.5 hours. Right.
So I just updated on yours that it's that it was Monday, Tuesday, October 30th, 31st is day 2 of week of full moon. You see that?
Yeah, okay. So this is 0. This is 0. I go here, I do 2.5. And it appears there. Perfect. Amazing. Great.
Where did you do 2.5? Under line 79?
No, line 164.
104.
104, sorry, 104.
104?
Item 63 of the.
Item 63.
Coordination, executive center planning, coordination, facilitation, decision making.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Are you in 155 or are you in 89?
155.
Oh, you should be in 89 though.
Okay. Somebody link it for me.
Yes, I'm linking it right now. Put it into our wrap up under your checkout, line 36.
So, guys, we have everything, all the tools we have for payrolls to be always on time. If somebody is gonna whine, if somebody's gonna whine like people were whining some time ago. Now we really have everything. There's everything. I mean, there's just everything is amazing for the payrolls.
So in the context of the payroll, though, what people seem to not understand is that just because we automate the calculations does not automate the responsibilities. You still have to do the work.
Yep.
Right? So everyone has to schedule the time to do the payrolls and actually do it. I'm proposing, I actually have, go back to the functionality plan. Pretty sure it's in the functionality plan. And there are notes. I actually put together a payroll pay stops after what happened with Joyce, saying that basically, I'm not going to do, efficient work or even try to do work because the payroll's not on time, that I'm not going to do work, but I still want my full pay, right? On the context of the client, I mean, that's just outrageous. The idea that everyone will get full pay, but just not do work. So if you're indefinitely having payroll being lagged behind because the workers aren't doing the work, and then people are not working, with their actual, energy to complete the client work, yet they will still want to get full pay. I mean, that's insane. So if we put together a pay stop model for the payroll, I would propose that every single 3 days, every half week, there is a deadline, which means the first deadline would be 3 days after the new moon for the first 8th moon for the setup. Then the equity payroll will be due on the quarter moon. The base upfront payroll will be due on the second 8th moon. The base token payroll will be due on the full moon. The bonus upfront payroll will be due on the third eighth moon, and the last quarter moon would have the bonus token payroll. And then the last eighth moon would be 3/4 pay stop for base upfront, and new moon would be 3/4 pay stop for bonus upfront to make sure there's extra pay stops for upfront pay. But the bottom line here is that it's like if we're doing the payroll every single month, it's like boom, 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 boom.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
If no one schedules for 3 days on payroll, that's like a huge problem from what I'm understanding. So all the calculations are already done. It's ready to run. Everything's good to go.
But everybody's always working on payroll.
Yeah, but you still need to schedule to work on the payroll to actually send out the votes, to verify the numbers, and remind people to fill up their work hours tracking spreadsheet, et cetera, right? You still actually have to do the work.
Anyways, Jay, I'm not managing to.
Oh, the link didn't work or what?
No, I'm not I'm not an editor in this spreadsheet. It's protected.
You can't edit the spreadsheet?
No.
Huh. Let's see
It's
here.
protected. Alberto tracking. I'm here and.
Oh, you're right. It does just say me. Okay, so if I add you to the FQN admin, and we want to add.
It's okay. FQN access. No, only that one.
Oh, well, I did both of them. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
So
No,
Jay,
problem.
Like this session that we had, where can we track the hours on our spreadsheet?
So, I mean, I would say that you could do some tracking for your client work because you prioritize this as client work. Maybe it was like, I don't know, 15, 20, 50 minutes, half an hour of client work. If you wanted to track that, you could. And that would be line 137 for JURACN client coordination. And then we'll add more for SVG next month. But then also under coordination and management, general management coordination is line 72. And then you also have executive center planning coordination and decision-making line 79. So this has basically been a double team coordination session. We didn't really get any work done because we didn't really focus on work. We focused on planning and coordination. Okay?
Okay.
So put most of your time under coordination and planning. The rest, oh wait, did I do that correctly? The rest of your time, wait a second, Alberto, I might have messed up. Make sure I didn't. Oh no, Alberto, I messed up, Alberto.
No, no problem. I was about to tell you that.
Okay, so you need to use the Alberto tracking one. Protect sheet, Alberto tracking, set permissions. Done. All right, custom. Admin. Alberto. All right, perfecto. Okay. Done. All right.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
So what happens on the tracking is as all this gets deleted, and then everything lines up. Line 10 lines up perfectly with number 10. So in the future, everything's lined up perfectly, which is awesome. Also, you no longer do weekly estimates for overtime, so that gets blacked out. So we're not going to worry about any of that. And we have a few getting overtime. I'm just fixing a couple things that have been updated on other people's estimates. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Looking good. Perfect.
I'm going to take off. I already did my checkout. Thank you.
Yeah, you're sleeping, Alex. It's been a long day, eh?
No, I'm not sleeping. I will be sleeping tomorrow in the morning.
You're falling asleep. No, you didn't act out.
No.
Definitely want to sleep. Sleeping is good. But yeah, good work, Alex. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will remind you tomorrow again to schedule to call the event.
Yes, please do.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
See you.
Yeah. Good night. Good night.
Thank you, Alex.
This is amazing, Jay. It's really amazing.
Oh yeah, this is like the most like insane spreadsheet I've ever done. It's like out of control. Lots going on here for
It's what we
sure.
needed, right?
Huh?
It's what we needed.
Yes, yeah, and it's still
Barely
barely.
we're becoming out of control.
I haven't even started calculating the base token payroll yet, you know. But everything's already done for calculating all of the income for the team. I mean, that by itself is unbelievable that it in real time it calculates team income in real time.
Big.
Big. And I already have the calculations for equity as well, base equity as well. Actually, it's not really base equity, it's just equity, as well as the base upfront calcs. So that's all done as well in real time, but the base token calcs is not done. So and obviously, I haven't done the bonus upfront yet. But we're already able to do it. I just haven't had the time to update it. So
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So you get the responsibility organizing, Lucy?
Yes.
Yeah. You get the responsibility organizing?
Responsibility organizing for what?
Exactly. Responsibility organizing for the real-time VA session communications and scheduling. If you tell me I scheduled the real-time VA session, immediately think you don't know what you're talking about because you don't even have the responsibility organizing. Every time there is work, there is a responsibility organizing, right? You see. So you want to ask that immediately. Lucy?
Yes.
Yes. The real-time VA sessions are scheduled through a very specific process that I shared with you in line. Where is that now? Did I share it? Yeah, I shared it. In line 4 in the wrap-up of our notes. Lucy?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, sir.
Yeah.
I think I got my machine is freezing.
Yeah, okay, no problem. You can look. Can you see the screen of Jay?
No.
Anyways, I'm gonna link it to you in Discord, okay?
Okay.
Hey Lucy, did you hear the song about Mama Africa that I sent you?
Yeah, sure.
Amazing, eh? That song is just crazy. So we're done, right? I tracked my hours. Everything's okay. Jay, I see you. I mean, take your time. I'll be here. Don't worry.
Well, as the night gets on, it'll be more and more difficult to jump on. So let's try to go for. Oh God, it's already another half an hour. Ugh, maybe we should just try to go for tomorrow and make it a more functional session. Because it's definitely already Sonic Hour 2.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Okay, guys. I want to wrap up.
Yeah. Take off. It's fine. Just let's just go ahead and focus.
You need to have a 3-hour session, Jay. Let's have a quick 45 minutes, 30 minutes session. Even now, if you have time.
Well, I think the best thing to do is just to stop and then we check in on Discord in like 45 minutes
Yes.
and then see where we're at. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, but let's try to make it happen here because I'm so scared to.
We'll be perfectly fine. If it doesn't happen, we can do Hydra tomorrow. Oh no, we're doing.
I know we have alpha.
Alpha. Well, yeah, we should do assets. This will force us to do assets for tomorrow afternoon for Cobalt. Like, if assets doesn't happen tomorrow at Cobalt, we deserve to do a recruitment round anyways. That's unacceptable. Right?
I don't know, Jay.
And also, technically, we have the deadline's November 1st, so we have 2 entire days. We have all day tomorrow and all day on November 1st itself, so I think we're fine. Anyways, I'd love to do it tonight if we can get to it, but let's not kill ourselves. We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Nothing to worry about.
If you are okay, that you're not worried.
All we have to do is the asset session tomorrow, plus we have the entire.
You never know what tomorrow is gonna happen.
Well, we never know if it's going to happen, but that's why we need to learn how to make things happen because we have the power to make them happen. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, so let's check in 45 minutes and let's have a VA session. 1 hour, we can do any work.
Yes, if we can.
This work you're doing now, we could do in a VA session.
No, the work I'm doing now does not need to happen during VA session. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the VA session should be based on the VA priorities. And if the VA priority is me resting because I'm freaking tired from working all day since Hydra, then that's the priority. You see what I'm saying?
Totally, Jay. Rest.
Like you can't force me.
No. Absolutely, totally. Please, no.
Yes.
Okay. End of discussion.
Yes, but I do.
We talk tomorrow.
Yeah, I do want to finish updating your calculation. I'm really excited about you doing your hours tracking, so it's awesome. So I just want to finish updating your calculation so you can see the power and beauty of how cool it all is, right? So yes, let's make sure this is all working out. All right.
Yeah, I mean, everything seems working. What is this? And yes, no and yes, right? Assign, not assign, correct? This column D.
Correct. Column D. If yes, it means it's paid assigned work. No means that you're not currently assigned to do it. I think some of this is not updated for you though, because I redid everything. You're pretty much assigned to do everything, unlike maybe not the trainer coordination. I don't know about the trainer coordination. Then you're not assigned for that, and then you are assigned for all the vortex stuff, taxes, bills, sponsorship, POS, executive. Yeah, so you're pretty much assigned for everything except for ACU.
Yep.
And obviously anything hours. Let me just double check on the. Don't think you are assigned for one thing. Let me just double check. Training. No, you're not assigned for training yet. So I want to assign you for training, but right now you're not assigned for training. Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Just prioritize it and we can start working on it. But I want to make sure we have clear responsibilities, clear goals, and everything for the training before we just jump into those responsibilities. Sure. Awesome. All right.
Great work. Glad to be back.
Yeah, but if you want to chat just like a little bit while I'm doing the calculations, we can. It's up to you. But,
you want to what? What did you say?
You want to chat a little bit while I'm updating your calculations? That you can do that if you want to.
You want to get me started? You know me. No, Jay, it's terrible because first Alpha, I had to go really in a dark place to crash Noel.
God,
I crashed it. I crashed it.
You crashed what?
Noel. I crashed.
You crashed
Noel, the administrator of WC10.
Wow.
Yeah. So he has gone from being like all this He's like now he's back in his place and he's a teamwork. But
You were
in
just
order
out
to
of
do
control.
that, I mean, but in order to do that, I had to escalate to a point where everybody thinks that I am out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand. I mean, I had to go really because it was too much. Right? And now everything is the legal continuity is
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start.
guaranteed.
Please get focused on the session.
Guaranteed. All what we wrote in the document is acknowledged, accepted by everybody. There's no discussion about shares and not shares. And
Of course.
yes, so I'm
That would have been
happy.
outrageous if they had pushed that further. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, but the point is that on top of that, I say I was separated.
Oh, I know that's difficult. It's a lot of
No,
work.
it's a lot. I have the ring here, and that was that is very strong. I mean, but I mean, thanks God, my mom is coming finally, right? Coming. Looking forward to it because I mean, I have changed like a lot. But nobody, obviously, people judge, no? Nobody listens, nobody judge. So I'm very happy because I can feel that my mom coming here. I mean, obviously, we have two children, and the third is coming. Right? So it's the fourth, she's at the fourth month, and it's a boy. So I want to fight for it. But the point is that we were just hurting each other. And the children as well. So now she's in a hotel, and I mean it's good. We stay separated. So, but man, it's pain. Such pain. I spent the last week. Last week I spent it basically the whole week. The whole week, all I did the whole week was just one meeting with Stefano and Luca. That's it to make sure that we were aligned on the shares that I under my 50% need to give. Otherwise, I was just dead on the sofa, Netflix. And, yeah, I mean, my heart is. But the biggest problem, you know what is, Jay? The biggest problem is that I couldn't. I worked a lot on perfecting how you say the love on command, right? So I have perfected, perfected. I've developed consciously the ability to see things with love, right? When things are good or bad, I always manage to see.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
See the good, the love, right? I don't really. There is nobody in the world that I hate that it's a human being, right? The point is that I couldn't do it anymore. It's like I was back 15 years ago when I was just living life totally superficially. I was feeling the same. It's like, well, that was the worst sensation I had. All the developments I did with spirituality and energy and gone. Were like I was in a state that it was, and so I pulled myself together on Thursday, Friday morning. I pulled myself together, and today I'm here. But I don't know how it's gonna go. Obviously, we had the intention to try to fix it, but it needs to happen in a very adult way with my mother as like facilitator. Let's say. Looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes. But I was in a very dark place, and I didn't see any purpose in nothing. I mean, even working at QB is like the joy of my life. I
couldn't get myself to do nothing. Seriously. It was crazy. Really crazy.
Ready? I need to get going, okay?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank
But yes, lots and lots. I can't imagine all that you're going through. It's just crazy. So anyways, I'm going to keep working on your work hours tracking spreadsheet.
No problem. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
No problem. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Jay. Good night.
Well,
Thank you so much.
we'll check in like half hour or so. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll be here.
All right.